Hello, I want to show you how to complete the Value Crystals assignment that's inspired by contemporary artist Lorna Simpson. We're going to be using Google Drawings for this assignment. We're also going to be using a website that removes the background from any picture. So the first thing you need to do is have your picture saved either onto your desktop if you're on a computer or onto your Google Drive if you're on a Chromebook. And we are going to bring that into the Remove BG website. And this is really simple. I will show you. So here's our Remove BG website. And right here it says upload or drop file. So when I click upload, it should open your pictures in your Google Drive if you're on a Chromebook. For me, I have it saved on my desktop because I am on a computer. I'm going to use this image of David Bowie and click open. And you can see it has this checkered pattern in the background. That means there's nothing there. The background has been removed. So I'll go ahead and download it. When it downloads it, it saves it as .png, as you can see at the bottom. And that means it allows for transparency in the background. So I already have a Google drawing open. And before I even put my picture on here, let's change the size. Most of the collages in this series by Lorna Simpson, they're portrait orientation. So right now, this being long is landscape, and we're going to change that. So I'm going to go up to File, go down to Page Setup. And instead of this being standard, I'm going to go to Custom and type 9 and 12. This is a pretty common paper size for what we use in art class. When I hit apply, you can immediately see that this is much taller, and that's how I want it to look. To get my picture on here, I'm going to go to Insert, Image. For you should, if you're on a Chromebook, you should be finding this in your drive. I'm going to have to upload it from my computer. And I know in my downloads should be that picture. Here it is. So here's my David Bowie picture. I can pick it up and move it around. Because it's cut off at the bottom, I'm going to put that at the bottom of my canvas. And you can go ahead and resize that. Just make sure you leave enough room for your crystals. At this point, we're ready to start building the crystals. Excuse me. So we're going to go up to the shape tool, and we're going to start with a triangle. So here's this very first triangle. That's what we're looking for. I'm going to click and drag to draw that triangle. And I'm going to draw another one. So I'm going to go back to the shape tool, get my triangle. This one I want to be longer. So kind of like a cone. That's good. To make my diamond, I'm going to combine these two triangles. So let's take this one, swing it around till it's rotated 180 degrees, you can see at the bottom. And I'm going to fit that right underneath my other one. So you can see that they're not exactly the same size. I'm going to zoom in here so you can see this a little bit better. So I need to shrink this one just a little bit until they're exactly the same width. There we go. All right, I'm ready to make this look three-dimensional. And in order to do that, I'm going to use the line tool, which is right before my shape tool. And I just need to click it. I just need a regular line. So if I just click it, it'll have the right one selected. What I really like about Google Drawings is it gives you a guide when you go to make lines. So I'm going to start here at this purple dot at the top, and I'm going to click and drag until I get where I want my line to end. So somewhere about there. And I also need one on the other side. Okay. And I also need two at the bottom. So I'm going to start where I ended that first line. Go down to the purple dot. It will cut it off automatically for us if you let go at that dot. Let's click my pointer tool up here to see how it looks. And it's starting to look like a crystal. Awesome. So I am a really big fan of using outlines to make color pop. So what I want to do now is just make this outline a little bit thicker. So I'm on my pointer tool. I'm going to click that first triangle, and I'm going to go up to border weight, which is next to the pencil. And let's change that to 2px, 2 pixels. You'll see that that just makes it a little bit thicker. Let's do that for the next triangle. And we'll click and do it for each line. So they're all the same thickness, 2px. I'll click off so we can see how that looks. Looks great. So what I'm going to do now is draw a box with my pointer tool, and you can see I'm on it. I'm going to draw a box around this, making sure I don't touch my, my portrait. You can see that drawing a box selects all of those shapes that were within that box. Then I'm going to go to Arrange, Group. And that's going to make a selection of everything. So if I click and move this around, they all move at the same time. And the reason we're doing that is because instead of drawing a whole bunch of these crystals over and over again, we are simply going to copy and paste this one. So I could go up to Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste. And you need at least 5 of these. So I'll just paste until I have 5. Okay, so while it would be fine if these were all exactly the same size, it's much more interesting to change the size and have a variety. So what I'm going to do is click one of my diamonds, and I'm going to scrunch it up from the middle. So we already know that if you are changing the size from the middle, it's going to make it scrunchy. And for this project, we actually want that. We want a variety of sizes. So I'm just going to do that until I have a good little variety. And since they're grouped, this is a good time to arrange them. So I will zoom out so we can see this a little bit better. So to arrange them, I'm simply clicking, picking up and dropping them. I can use that rod with the dot at the top to rotate. So I really just want to arrange these and move them around until I get them to a point where I like it. And maybe I even want to make another copy of one. I can do that. So something like that looks good for me. Now I'm going to change the colors of these. I'm going to do it one at a time. And right now, all of this is combined as one shape. So I'm going to have to go one at a time, go up to Arrange, and on Group those shapes. So now be careful when they're on grouped, because if you start trying to move things around, it's going to take one shape at a time. So I'm going to click carefully on that top triangle. I'll go up to my fill color here, which is the paint bucket. And you can choose a solid or a gradient. So here's my solids, here's my gradients. I'm going to pick a lighter color for the top. So let's do this one yellow. Now I want to select that bottom triangle, and I'm still going to do yellow, but it's going to be a little bit darker, like that. And if it makes you feel more comfortable, you can try to group those again. You can hold shift and click each shape individually. Kind of hard to select and not get that one next to it. There we go. Arrange group. So I'll go to this next one, go up to arrange on group. Let's do a gradient for this one. So I'm going to do my light colored gradient on the top. Let's do green. And then at the bottom, I will do a slightly darker green gradient. There we go. So you're going to keep doing this, arrange on group, doing a light color and then a dark color. I will show you one more. I like this look if you do a gradient on the top, but then a solid on the bottom. It's a little bit dark, maybe this one. There we go. So I'll just get these all colored quickly. Okay, and now we're almost done. We are going to embed a background. And to do this, we need to use our right-click menu, which remember, to access that is just clicking with 2 fingers on your trackpad on your Chromebook. And you're going to see background pop up. From here, I can select a background color, a solid color, or a gradient. So you can try these out. Maybe I want to try this gray one. Then I can go back and see if I like a solid color. And you want to get one that looks good with your colors, that doesn't blend in too much with your colors. I actually kind of liked that gray one. And that's it. You're done with your Lorna Simpson inspired collage. We used a couple of different art forms to create this, so it's multimedia. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you have at least 5 crystals.